Hi beautiful people, this channel is all about inspiration, motivation and self-improvement. So do me a big favor and do to yourself a big favor. If you're new on that channel, subscribe, like this video in the end if you really love it, and be a part in something is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky.
Guys, I'm Lottie and today the subject is the black people don't love themselves. I think it's something we used to hear, guys. It's something's come out often. And of course, there is so many people who don't love themselves. But I think on black people, it's something really, really special. And when I say black people don't love themselves, of course, I'm not talking about all the black people. As I used to say, I think there is a lot of problem in the black community, but the self-love is also one of the biggest problems in the black community. Many black people in the world really struggle with the acceptation about themselves. Why so many black people struggle so much to accept themselves, struggle so much to love themselves? And before to start that subject, guys, first of all, I know there is like so many people, like so many other people always saying like black people complain a lot. Oh my gosh, black people complain again. Morning, complain. In the afternoon, they complain. In the evening, they complain. And there is so many people think also that black people complain too much and talking about all the time the same subject over and over and over again. Like racism, discrimination, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. But for that people, I just want to explain to them that is scientifically proved. To heal someone cancer, guys, to heal someone cancer, the doctor need to know about the background of that person, all the background of that person to heal him sickness. And that means we need to understand that the deep background of the black people is the slavery. And I'm just repeat, I'm not saying like the history of the black people is slavery. I'm just saying the deep background of black people who still hurt and destroy so many people's self-esteem is the past of the slavery. So you understand that to heal someone, you need to understand the background of that person. So that means on that two subjects like discrimination and racism and blah blah blah, biggest problem is still the biggest problem in the black community. And I think if the black community don't resolve that subject, never that subject will end. And never, guys, you will end to hear black people again and again talking about that subject. Africa was the most wonderful continent the world never had. And unfortunately, with the slavery, the black African people was deeply brainwashed for 4 centuries. 4 centuries, guys. I'm not talking about 4 years. I'm talking about 4 centuries. 4 centuries of brainwash. I don't know if you realize, guys, that's just unbelievable. We're talking about the 4 centuries of extremely violence. The brainwash of the African people was mondial because all of the African people was deported everywhere in the world. All of the ex-European colonizer was brainwashed the African people to eradicate, to completely eradicate the African identity. The brainwash was to destroy the identity of the black people, the royal identity of the black people. The brainwash was to destroy the Egyptian true origin of the black people. The brainwash was to kill the identity of the black people, the genius of the black people. To kill the genius of the black people, who was the first to find out the numbers, who was the first who find out and discover the mathematics, and was the first who find out the basement of the science today. The brainwash was to tell to the black people how ugly them skin color are. The brainwash was to tell to the black people how ugly them hair are. The brainwash was to tell to the black people how bigger their nose and how bigger their lips are. The brainwash was to tell to the black people that they look like a monkey. The brainwash was to tell to the black people that they nothing. The brainwash was to tell to the black people that they was living like an animal before the European invasion. All that brainwash, guys, all that brainwash of deep mental destruction, cultural destruction, and spiritual destruction was applied for 4 centuries. 4 centuries, guys. And even today in 2021. I'm so ugly. My lips is bigger. My nose is bigger. I hate that skin. I hate myself. So guys, after all that deepest brainwash for 4 centuries, the question is, did African or black people still hate themselves? For myself, guys, the acceptation of ourselves as a black people is a lot of workout, and also for me, I can say that workouts can be explained on 3 steps. So the first step of self-love and self-reconstruction for so many black people, for me, the first step is the realization. Now in 2021, it's been exactly 3 centuries that black people try to rebuild themselves up about so many things, guys, like so many things. You need to understand that black people are the only people survive and still stand up after 4 centuries of slavery, 4 centuries of extreme violence that you never will imagine, guys. Extremely violent. That extreme violence was even not human. Seriously. Never in the world history, other native people was deeply attacked that black people was. Never. And never also in the human history, other native people could survive of 4 centuries of that extreme violence. So after all that, even now, there is so many black people, like so many black people hate themselves. So many black people lost their entity. So many black people don't want to hear about Africa. So the first step of realization is so important. It's so important. The first step is to realize and accept, yes, that happened. This happened in the past. But what we don't accept on all of that happened is the demonization of Africa. What we don't accept of all that happened in the past is the line and the propaganda about African history. So guys, after the first step of acceptation, the second step is reconstruction and the proud. The reconstruction is mean African people and black people full of around the world, step by step, learn so much more, like so much more about them true identity. Full of around the world, African people and black people from the diaspora, black people around the world, take back their own identity. Now the Proud is so much stronger than before in the 60s with the Black Panther, with the Angela Davis, with Black is Beautiful. Now, the Black is Beautiful is more than an aesthetic aspect. Black is Beautiful is justified. It's justified scientifically, it's justified and proved by the anthropologic research. As I was saying in my previous video, the most oldest human fossil was discovered in Africa. Even in England, in UK, the most oldest fossil never discovered was a dark man called the Cheddar Man. And now, it's been many years we know that Africa was the most biggest and the most richest kingdom the world never had, with the most wealthy man the world never had, Mansa Musa. So now, the Proud is so high, and so many black people full of around the world embrace completely them culture and them entity, and reject completely the European superiority and the European culture alienation on black people. A lot of black people full of around the world are completely finished with the oldest mindset, the colonizer mindset. Many black people full of around the world are completely finished with the oldest belief that white people save us, that white is the color of the divine, that white people is glory. All that oldest mindset, that alienation mindset, victimized mindset, all that is finished for many of us. So guys, after that step 2 of reconstruction and proud, now the step 3 is the united. And seriously guys, it's the most hardest step, because some of us black people are still sleeping. Some of us are a zombie. Some of us are still completely lost on the colonizer mindset. Since now, in 2021, it's still a longest way for black people to get out from many things. Community problem, identity problem, and of course, unification, as I say. So the step 3, guys, of united is really the most hardest step. So guys, even if the unification of black people full of around the world doesn't happen yet, but so many black people in the world has so much proof to be black. So many black people in the world got them level so up. The level of them self-love is super up. The level is so hot, guys, that the level never be. Level up, 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 level up. But unfortunately, yeah, level up. Huh? It's not all the black people feel on that way. It's not all the black people feel on that way. Oh. But it's absolutely fine. We're waiting for them to wake up. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that subject. Let me know in the comment what is your feeling about that subject. Let me know in the comment what you feel. If you feel like the black people self-love is much higher than 13 years ago, let me that in the comment. And please guys, don't leave this channel without subscribe. It's absolutely free. You got nothing to pay. You just need to click on the right button. Click on the right button and you will get free content every Sunday. You will challenge so much more your own reflection. Click on the right button, like this video, share this video, inspire somebody else, and help me to rise this channel up. Thank you so much guys, really appreciate it. Thanks to watch. Thank you so much. Bye.